I want to understand, and you alluded to this before, what was the significance of being labeled officially as a half Jew?
Because my mom was Jewish and my dad was not.
What did that mean at that time?
It, you were looked upon as dirt, so to speak. Halbjude is the German word for it. And okay, let me backtrack. When I was in school in Germany, my parents stressed education, and I did well. And in Germany, the system is a little bit different. So after 4 years of elementary school, I was entitled to go to the gymnasium or secondary school. However, because I was a halb Jude, I was not worthy to go on. I was not worthy to be educated. So I continued in elementary school. They let you do that. And there, greetings like good morning, good day were switched to Heil Hitler. The boys' gym classes were more like basic training in the army. We learned how to march. We threw wooden grenades that looked like bowling pins at targets in the schoolyard. And that was all what they used to call it, preparation for the 1,000-year Reich, that Hitler dreamed of. And I completed approximately 7 years of elementary school. And I say approximately because there were so many interruptions because of air raids. And then there were trips in the fields where the kids, they took us out of class and we went out in the fields and picked potato beetles because they're devastating pests to the crop, and we weeded fields and stuff like that. And sometimes it was a half day, sometimes a whole day, and they just had a workforce doing that. Yeah.
I know I'm going to skip ahead here a little
Yeah,
bit,
go ahead.
but tell me about why you decided to join the military and a little bit about your time in the military.
Oh, okay. In Chicago, like I said before, a few days after we arrived there, spring semester started at the schools in Chicago, which is normally end of January. And my mom and her sister, who lived in Chicago, who immigrated early in the early 30s, took me to the local elementary school to register me and find out what to do with a 14-year-old who speaks no English. And they decided to put me in the 5th grade. Now remember, at that time, there was no English as a second language, no special courses, no tutor. 5th grade, spring semester. And with help, encouragement, family, friends, and a really terrific teacher I had. I still remember Miss O'Rourke and a very wise principal, Miss Knight. I made it through 5th grade. I skipped 6th. I went to summer school. And in fact, I graduated from elementary school after summer session 1948, year and a half after we arrived in the States. After high school, then I went to high school. After high school, the Korean War was in progress. And in my mind, what better way to thank the country that took us in? I enlisted in the Army for 3 years. I was deployed in Japan for 2 years during and a little bit after the Korean War with the really prestigious 187th Airborne Regimental Combat Team. And then after my service, I used the GI Bill to attend school.
You have had some incredible experiences, both positive and
Yeah,
negative, you might
that's
say.
life, yeah.
How have they shaped how you see the world now?
Oh, that's a tough question. I don't really know how to answer that. I think I'm able to adjust better to things than maybe I could otherwise. I, I live a pretty positive life. I look at things, yeah.
What is perhaps the lesson that anyone watching this interview or anyone watching you on Sunday or Monday as you deliver
Yeah.
some presentations, what can they learn through your lens to better inform how they see the
The
world?
most important thing I'd say is what affected me as far as education. They told me, because I was a halbjude, whatever that means, I was not worthy to be educated. And what I tell people, or I would tell them, and I will tell them, is don't pay attention to anyone that ever tells you you're not worthy of doing something because of who you are. Who you are in life matters little. It's what you do and why that is important. That's my view.
Ralph, thank you so much for taking the time.